Amaswi Dlamini Mandela. Ella es la segunda nieta de Nelson Mandela y su esposa Winnie Mandela. Nelson Mandela es el líder de la terminación del apartheid en Sudáfrica y muchas más cosas. Es un líder de la paz mundial, ¿no? Un hombre que estuvo encarcelado durante muchísimos años y que fue luego el primer presidente negro de Sudáfrica. Ella estuvo charlando con Darito y les pido que prestemos atención a lo que tiene para decir.
And welcome to Uruguay.
Thank you.
When did you arrive?
I arrived on Wednesday morning, very early hours of the morning. It was dark. It was about 2 a.m. I got off the plane and I got in this taxi and I was like, what if I'm gonna be kidnapped? And it was dark and I couldn't see anything. So yeah, it was in the middle of the night, literally, I got here.
What's your connection with your grandfather Nelson? Is it mother's side, father's side?
So the connection is through my mother's side. So my mother is his second eldest daughter. And my connection through Uruguay really actually began from my mom. She was the former ambassador to Buenos Aires, and she was the commissioner over Uruguay. So she visited Uruguay a few times, and she always spoke very fondly of it. She said the people were very nice. And she said it was a beautiful country. And she actually remarked on my way in, she said, please say hi to Uruguay for me.
Okay, it's the moment.
Oh, hello Uruguay from my mother. Yeah.
Which are the positive and negative aspects of being Mandela? I mean, I think there are the two, no?
Well, I mean, I would say that the negative used to be self-imposed. It was more like I thought people expected me to be a certain person, to follow a certain career path, to be in a certain way, behave in a certain way, act in a certain way. And I mean, I suppose the positives were just, coming from just such an incredible family, such an incredible legacy, and being a part of that, and just finally realizing that's me. I'm a part of that. I have that in me. I think that was like a remarkable sort of like aha moment in my journey to kind of getting to know myself and being myself. So yeah, I mean, there's good parts, there's bad parts, but I don't even like to focus on the negative anymore. I focus more on the positive. I mean, the incredible legacy I've been given, the incredible journey I've been able to travel, and just being able to, share a life with my grandmother, who was like my hero. She really was. And of course, my grandfather, but I mean, he was so busy until he retired. So as a family, we never really got much time with him. But listen, his achievements have been just incredible. And to travel the world and people just are still so in awe of him. Like even today, like people are just so, I get surprised at like just the impact that he still has. And I think I'm amazed that it's still sort of, still so palatable and you can still feel it. Like people just are almost like, we wish he was still alive. So that's incredible to be experienced.
What is the current situation in South Africa with your people?
Well, we've just elected our new president, Cyril Ramaphosa, and I think he's come into a difficult time in our country where we are facing a lot of issues. I mean, high employment. Unemployment is almost at 50% amongst young people, which is the majority of the country, which is very alarming. And I think, there's gender-based violence, there's unemployment, the crime is out of corruption is still something that needs to be dealt with quite decisively. And people are just hungry, and the poverty levels are the gap between the haves and the have-nots keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I think we're in a bit of a crisis, and I think what we are looking for as the citizens and the people of South Africa is how are we going to deal with it, and what are the solutions from government, and what does that look like? I think people need to know where we're going. People need to be told. People need to understand and have to have a surety in the government that this is the plan and this is the direction which we're taking. So I'm hoping that will come in the near future, because I don't think I'm hearing any very clear messages right now. I pray for my country every day. When I go to bed, I pray, and I pray for our leadership, and I pray that they will steer us into a better position, because South Africa is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. It really is, and our democracy was won with blood and sweat and tears by many people, not just my grandparents. And I think it's a great disservice to them to just really kind of throw it all away because they gave up so much. So I do pray and I hope that things will turn around for my country.
It's an honor, no, to be with you. Thanks for these notes. And our show is Vespertinas.
Hello, Vespertinas. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be in your country.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.